Hi guys, it's Kinek here, and in this video I want to talk to you about my university application process and basically how I got into university in London. If you're interested in this topic, then I guess listen up and enjoy this video because I have a lot of stuff to say about it, as it was very difficult and complicated process, but yeah, it was definitely worth it. For those who don't know me, I'm actually a first year graphic and digital design student at the University of Greenwich, which is in London, and this video is gonna be some kind of summary of things that I know about application process for university in UK from an international student perspective. I actually started researching this topic very early on, like, I don't know, 2 years before I actually applied for university, which is crazy actually, it's a lot of time. But yeah, I didn't have anything better to do actually, so I guess that was it. And also because this was one of my biggest goals at the time, and you don't actually need that much time. At that time, I only got my information from the internet, as it was the easiest way for me. I mean, there were so many resources such as videos and just websites, stuff like that, I could gain information from. I actually didn't do anything art related in high school. I got into biology and chemistry at that time, so I didn't really expect to go into graphic design. But yeah, I'm happy that's how things figured itself out, I guess. Yeah, but as you can see, I still managed to get into my desired course, which is graphic design, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about it because I guess it would be a lot harder for me to get into art uni in Poland. I don't know, from what I heard, they seem pretty strict, and since I started my course, I only learned to love graphic design more, and I actually enjoy it more every day as I practice and learn more about it, which is very cool and makes me realize what a good choice I made in life. At that time, I tried to gain as much information as I could about education system in the UK, everyday life, even politics, or I don't know, opportunities that I can have if I decided to study there. And yeah, funny enough, I found a lot of information about education system, opportunities, politics, but everyday life just seemed like I couldn't truly understand it without actually being there. And I remember that I decided to go there and live there for a month basically, because I just needed to see that I truly like the place and I feel comfortable there, I feel happy there, and that's how it was. So now I'm here again and I still love it. But yeah, the thing is that if you're not sure about something, then I guess you just have to try other ways to get that experience or knowledge, because it's not a really good idea to go into that stuff without being sure that you want it. I mean, there will be second thoughts and stuff like that, and it's completely normal, but at this very early stage, you kind of want to know as much as you can, really, literally. And that's why I went to London at 17, and it was crazy because I went there with this language school. It's called EF. I'm sure some of you heard about it. It's quite popular. And it's actually international, so there were a lot of students from different countries, and the idea behind it is that we all just have to talk in English. It's like totally immersive experience because you are flying to the country that speaks the language, so UK. You live with a family that has a house and kids and job, and you can talk to them, and it's like your second home basically for this short period of time. And yeah, you live there, you go to school. It's English school, so you just learn English, but still you go to classes, then you can plan different activities. You can, I don't know, just explore the city, I guess. But yeah, the idea behind it is really good. I totally recommend it to anyone who feels like they would like to do something like that in any country, not only UK, and like they're not sure, because it's awesome. And the fact that you improve your language this way also is amazing. I love it. I loved it, and I would do it again if I had to. I don't know, just try things. It's always a good idea. Also, if you want, you can search for different universities, but I think it's more interesting if you do that after you know what course you want to do. Yeah, then I think you should just find out what kind of qualification you need. For example, as a Polish person, I just needed a matura, which I was gonna take anyways. And I also needed a language test of some kind, although I don't think all universities require it, and I'm not even sure if I needed to have one, but I decided to take that one way before I even knew if I needed it or not. I just wanted to have it either way. And yeah, I took IELTS, which is like one of a few tests that are accepted at UK universities. The type of IELTS I took was actually academic one for UK visa, because I don't know, I think you need a language test for visa. So even if you don't need it for uni, I'm not sure, maybe you don't. I think it's always nice to have one. I mean, it's like a formal document that says you know English. As long as your qualification from any other country, if you're not from Poland, is considered equivalent to UK's A-levels, then I think you should be fine. But you should always check just to be sure. So that's the two things that you're definitely going to need. So now that you've done some of your research, you may actually want to start choosing universities. And normally you can choose up to 5 unis. I mean, you can choose less, you can choose even one if you're sure you get there. The thing that I recommend you to focus on is actually the way that your desired course works in that uni. I mean, how it's taught and how many students actually go to work in the industry after they finish their degree. For example, you should also check different opinions about university itself and the course you're doing at this university, because it may vary. I mean, every course is very different. And yeah, I mean, someone who may study law won't have the same experience and thoughts about studying at the same university as someone who does, let's say, medicine or engineering or art. They are all very different subjects, and yeah, that's why you should focus on your desired course. So, for example, these are the universities that I chose when I was applying for graphic design, and it was Middlesex University, Kingston University, London Metropolitan University, University of Greenwich, where I'm studying right now, and University of Brighton, which is the only university I chose that isn't in London or in very close distance to London. I just like Brighton, I guess. It's a cool city. In the UK, you actually apply for university through UCAS. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing it correctly. I mean, it's UCAS, UCAS. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty cool website. You can discover a lot of stuff about studies in the UK. You can find out anything about how to apply, when to apply, what do you need. Also, you can find out a lot about different universities, but for in-depth information, I would definitely go to the website of university you're interested in. It may be a lot easier to find what you're looking for. Okay, so I guess now we can move on to application and how to actually apply to university. Like I said, the portal that you most definitely be using to apply to different universities is UCAS or UCAS, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it really. But the point is, you will use that website to manage your application. So the first thing you may want to do is actually create an account. There's a lot of stuff you can find on UCAS. I mean, not even regarding your application itself, but just student life even. It's really interesting that they provide you with even city guides or stuff about mental health. It's really cool, and you should definitely check it all out, or at least the parts that are interesting to you. It's important to send your application before deadline because after the deadline, some universities may just simply not take more application, and I don't actually know when the deadline for example, this year is, but yeah, you can find the deadline dates on the same website. Unless there's something that's really stopping you from doing it, you should send your application before the deadline. Mine was in January, I think. So now for the things you will most probably need to apply, and this would be some kind of A-level equivalent, as I said earlier. Yeah, for people from Poland it would be Matura. You also will need a certified English test, such as IELTS, and you will need personal statement, which you have to write yourself, and you can find like some kind of guide, I guess, on UCAS website, so it's really useful. And also you will need some kind of reference. It can be, for example, from a teacher or someone else. It doesn't have to be a teacher, but I guess that's the most common case. You should remember that after you send out your application, then universities may reach out to you, for example, if they need some more documents or, I don't know, portfolio, I guess. Or sometimes even you can be asked to participate in an interview, which is quite interesting because it gives you an opportunity to talk about the course and the university with someone who actually works there. So yeah, you should bear in mind that they may reach out to you, for example, via email. Alright, next thing would be offers. So after you send your application, you will receive sooner or later offers from universities that you chose. So you can either get a conditional or unconditional offer, or can be rejected, but I don't think that happens a lot. The difference between these two offers is that with unconditional one, you practically have a place at university ready for you, and it doesn't really matter what grades you get at your tests. So for example, A-levels or Matura. With conditional one, you have to get certain results to be able to get into that university. Now that you have your offers, you can choose universities of your first and second choice. And your first choice university, you want it to be like one that you'd like to study at the most, basically. The second one should be kind of like a safe choice, I guess, because just in case you don't get into the first one, then you should have another one with lower requirements so that you know you will get there, right? With my universities, I got almost all conditional offers and one unconditional one, which was for University of Greenwich. And it was a thing that made me want to go here to attend an open day and actually see the university itself for the first time. Funny enough, it was also the only university that I had to do an interview for. And I don't know, for me it was quite interesting because not only they got to know me, but I got to know them a bit better, ask some questions. I think you should do when you're sure that you want to go to some specific university is start looking for accommodation because I think it's a lot harder than it appears to be to get accommodation, especially in London. When you know that you have a place at your university sooner or later, then you want to move forward with getting CAS number, and it's basically a number that gives all of the information about your studies to international office or something, I don't know. Yeah, you need that number in order to apply for a visa. Without that number you can't really do it. So yeah, in the beginning of March I knew that I was gonna study at Greenwich and I started to work on CAS. I actually had to pay a deposit in order to even start that process, which was fine. I mean, I would have to pay that money sooner or later. So yeah, but that's what I had to do, and then I could go to this website or portal or something like that, where I could basically upload all my information and documents. I mean, it was already halfway done, so I just had to check that information basically because it was what they already had, and upload some more documents. All of them had to be translated if they were in Polish. So for example, the high school certificate that said I finished high school and stuff like that, I had to get that translated by a certified translator or something. Done with that form, then basically you can start applying for your visa. And the visa that you're most probably gonna need is a student visa. You can find a lot of information about it on the website, the UK government website, uk.gov actually. There's all of the information you should know, and basically you can check what you need to prepare, how to apply, when to apply. Also, there's information about fees, because they are fees for just applying. Also bear in mind that you have to pay for NHS, so basically health insurance. There's also information about what you can and cannot do on this visa. And the application process itself is a lot easier than it may appear to be. I mean, you simply go to the section under student visa that says apply from outside the UK or inside, if that applies to you. And then you can simply click a button that says start now, and it will ask you to make an account, and from that account you can add all your information that they need. Usually you should get a decision about your visa within 3 weeks, but in my case it was like 3 days. I mean, I got it so fast. I mean, maybe not 3 but 5, something like that. Yeah, so it doesn't take that much time, and if you're getting it just before uni starts, then I think they have some resources that make it go a lot faster, because I know that one person that applied like, I don't know, a week or 2 before, and they got it in like 3 days. There probably is some stuff that you may be wondering about, for example, stuff like setting your bank account in the UK or getting UK phone number, and all that is basically okay to do when you get here. If you're curious about more things, or just think that maybe there are some things I didn't cover even though I maybe should, then feel free to leave that in the comment. I think I covered all of the basic information that you may need, and I feel like this is a good guide to like let you know what you should pay attention to and what you don't really have to. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to like, comment or subscribe. So I hope you like this video, and I guess I'll see you guys in another one.